I'm gonna be answering the question, is it worth it to come to Argentina to retire? I get that question asked so much in the comments of people just wondering if it's a good place, since Argentina used to be very affordable for people to come here to live if they're planning retirement or anything like that. I never made a video just because I didn't know how to go about it, but I figured I'm just gonna have a quick conversation with whoever is deciding on coming to South America, and especially more directly to Argentina to come to retire. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about things like the health, how the country is built. Is it a good place to come here if you are looking to pretty much retire and live here for many years? How's the economy going right now? Because that's going to be a big determining factor, I'm guessing, from a lot of people who are deciding to do something like that coming down here. Is going to be the economy. If it's worth it, if it's affordable, if $1,000 to $3,000 Social Security, if that's going to be enough to be living a comfortable life here in Argentina. So in today's video, I'm gonna kind of break that down just a little bit to my best understanding of it, just because I have boots on the ground. I'm in Argentina right now. I've been here since 2021 and now 2025, I'm still here. I've seen a lot of change in those past 4 years that I think is going to be pretty valuable with anybody who is trying to do something like this. Even if you're not looking to retire here, if you want to come down here because you're working online or anything like that. Today I'm going to be kind of breaking down what everything is costing here and if it's worth it. So Argentina is known for having a very unstable economy. When I came here in 2021 all the way up to 2024, the prices would fluctuate so much in pesos. That was the big thing, where we would have constant inflation in pesos, but in general things in dollars always cost the same. And that made it very convenient for anybody who's earning in dollars, who's getting a paycheck in dollars like that, to send it over. You never really face inflation with having dollars, just because the prices go up in pesos, and like I said, it stays the same in dollars. Say you're gonna go to the grocery store and you're gonna buy $30 in groceries, and then there's a huge increase in inflation in Argentina. So those $30 at the time, say it cost 10,000 pesos. Now you go back and it costs 15,000 pesos, but those 15,000 pesos was still the same $30 that it was when it cost 10,000. That's the way it has been for a long time here in Argentina, and overall that was very convenient. Now what is happening today is that the inflation pretty much stopped. There's like overall not too much inflation. Like for the past couple months, things at the grocery store have been costing the same. Everything has been pretty stable overall, but with all that hyperinflation, they're constantly adjusting the prices and stuff. So once they started to like adjust the prices higher, the dollar and the inflation wasn't really following the same amount. So now instead of things costing, say, $2 for, I don't know what I can explain it with, like $2 for a few eggs. Now those few eggs that usually would cost $2 now cost $4. It's a kind of a weird way to explain it, but the inflation and the dollars like stop keeping up with each other, and now overall it's pretty balanced, but that balance that exists now makes things more expensive. I think it has to do with also the paychecks. People are getting paid more here in Argentina from before. It used to be like $300 a month on average to now about $600 to $800 a month on average. So I think that also has to do with the prices, with everything, with the more spending that the grocery stores has to do, with the shipments, all the governor things that they used to help out with like standard groceries and stuff to keep the cost low for the residents here. Now none of that exists. So most of the companies and stuff, I'm guessing, have to charge more in order to keep up with the cost. I don't know, it's a weird thing in dollars that is making everything a little bit more expensive than what it used to be. I've noticed that pretty much in everything, from gasoline to groceries to rent to like everything. Going out to a restaurant used to be really affordable here. You can go and get a whole bunch of different stuff to eat, and you probably spend between two people like 20 bucks. But today, going out to a restaurant with the tip, with the drinks that you're gonna get, that used to be 20 bucks, now it's between 40 and $50. That's here in Mar del Plata, in the city that I am in. I know in different cities like in Córdoba, Mendoza, and Buenos Aires, there are different prices. And I think that Mar del Plata has a little bit more inflated prices than the rest of the country, but overall, things change so much when it comes to dollars in the economy and how everything is overall. Another quick example is the rent. I used to pay about $200 a month at the most for a very nice apartment here in Mar del Plata. And now if I want to go back to that same apartment, it's over $500 for that apartment. So big difference just in the rent there. And I used to park my car in a garage like right across the street from that apartment, and it used to cost about $23, $18 depending on the exchange rate that day. But now that same place to park your car, what was about 20 bucks, now is over $70 a month just to park your car there to keep it safe at night. So you can see with situations like that goes with like everything. Everything is more expensive in dollars. It's better for the Argentinians, of course, and I'm happy that there is progress going on as far as like people getting more money in their paychecks, but a lot of it gets lost with having to buy all those things that have gone up so much in dollars. So really, it is I think it's a stable economy, but it still needs a lot of work in order to get to the place where they want to get to here. And there is a big change. A lot has changed in the past couple of years, but right now, I don't know if it's a good place to be if you're looking to save money, to retire here in Argentina. As far as the economy goes, that's that. Now I'm going to talk about healthcare, which is cheap. I think the healthcare here is a lot more affordable than in the United States. When you need to get any attention or anything like that and go to like the clinics and stuff, any emergency like I had, I just got stitches on my hand here from a dog bite, and I had to get an injection for like the rabies or something like that. And for the stitches, it was about $200, and I had 3 points here and 1 inside my finger. Super straightforward. I did not get asked any paperwork more than like my identification and my passport number, but that was it. They attended me. They gave me really good price, because I think in the United States something like this would be between $1,000 to $2,000 to get like healed up and everything. I did go to a private facility. They do have public ones, but I heard that for people coming from outside of the country, they're gonna be stopping that, I'm guessing. So yeah, I mean, still $200 for an emergency like this was not bad. You can get healthcare here. And I think for healthcare, you need to have your residency, which I still don't have. I'm in the process of that. But per month for health insurance, it goes to about $60 to $80 depending on the coverage that you're looking for. So yeah, prices for like health insurance per month are a little bit cheaper, but still very similar to what it is in the United States. But I think it's a little bit more accessible here than it is in the United States. Now I'm going to be talking about the transportation, lifestyle, the weather here, because all those are very different than what I had in the United States, especially like the transportation and the weather have been big adjustments that I've had to do, just because Argentina is so down south in like the globe that the weather here gets really cold. There's a lot of humidity. If you're in Buenos Aires, the summertime is super hot. I mean, all of Argentina is big. It's a very big country, but it depends on where you are with the weather. Here in Mar del Plata, it's very cold in the wintertime. It rains a lot. It's always cloudy. There's a lot of wind from the ocean, from like Arctic wind coming up. So that was a big adjustment that I had to do here compared to my life in Las Vegas, where it was all desert, really, really hot, really dry. So the weather is probably gonna be a big change that you're gonna have. So the transportation is also gonna be something that is a big adjustment here, because if you're gonna be taking public transportation, the bus systems are not the same as how they are in the United States. The buses are usually a lot more run down, a lot different, a lot more jam-packed, because a lot of people use the public transportations here. If you're looking to drive, almost 99% of the vehicles here are standard transmissions, so you are constantly having to do the shifting of the gears, paying attention to what gear you're in, using the clutch, and it's a lot more paying attention just on like the overall mechanics of driving. But the way that they drive here in Argentina is something that's like, I don't know how I got used to it. You just gotta literally go. Just go be a beast when you're driving, and people are gonna be the same way. So everyone's gonna be respecting everybody mutually in a pretty hectic way to drive. Like, people do not follow the lanes when they're driving. They'll be driving in between like the dash lines, like right in the middle of it. And stuff like that is normal. You have motorcycles that come up from everywhere. Motorcycles are very common here. It's about like 30% of the vehicles on the streets are motorcycles. So you're constantly having to look out more for them there, and they drive really crazy with the motorcycles. They'll constantly drive in between. I've seen it all when you're driving here in Argentina. You even have horses that are like towing trailers on the side of the road. There's everything. So driving is gonna be a big lifestyle change if you're thinking about coming here. That's something that I don't think many people talk about there, but it's something to really be paying attention to if you are planning on coming down here. Also, if you're gonna be walking a lot, if you're planning on living downtown, the sidewalks are not in the best conditions. There's a lot of pieces of the sidewalks that are like lifting up because they don't use cement sidewalk here. They use like tiles. So the tiles, a lot of them are broken up from a lot of the huge eucalyptus trees that they have. So most of the floors are like kind of like limbo here, like everywhere, especially in Mar del Plata. In Buenos Aires, in Capital, it's a little bit better conditions, but it is still something that is constantly like broken. You have to constantly like walk around like big areas where it's just all cracked and beat up. So walking is also something to think about if you are planning on being here and you have any sort of issues with walking. That is an issue that does happen, that you're going to be encountering with that. And finally, we have the culture, how the Argentinians are. Overall, I found a lot of love here. I found everybody to be very nice, very outgoing when they're trying to understand you, especially if you come with English accent or anything like that. I found that most of the time, everyone is very friendly here. When I was first coming here, I already knew Spanish, but I needed a lot of work. I found that people here were helping me out with getting my Spanish better, with constantly giving me corrections and little things to constantly improve. And I did not find too much of a issue with that. Although the culture here is very different and people do get frustrated if you don't follow those like simple, normal like culture things here. Like if you go inside a grocery store, not really a grocery store, like if you go inside a convenience store and you do not say hello, most of the times the people get offended and they don't want to attend you, or they'll, when you go to try to pay, you be like, hello, how are you? How's your day going? I went through that so much because in the United States, overall, I found that we're a lot more colder than like in attitude and how we present ourselves with others than they are here in Argentina. Here, everybody is a lot more amigable, a lot more friendly, a lot more open with like talking and having a relationship, a quick like conversation like, hey, how's your day going? Or hey, good morning. That simple gesture is stuff that they really expect here. So a little bit of a culture shock you might expect coming here as far as like the normal things going on day to day, but you quickly get used to it. You quickly find that you adjust, and when you go back to visit the United States, you're gonna find that you're gonna be doing those things and you're not gonna get those like good mornings in return, or people are just a lot colder than what they are here. So yeah, that's my situation on like the culture. If you're quickly coming here, of course, there's a whole bunch of different things with the culture that I think is really good to like get into a little bit more and understand before you do come here. For me personally, I'm young. I don't have too much of an understanding of how it is to start looking for a place to retire or anything like that. But in my personal experience, as of right now, I do not think it is ideal for somebody to come to Argentina to retire, just because of all the different things going on with the economy right now. Everything is up and down. Everything is just like uncertain for the foreseeable future. So coming down, selling everything from the United States, if that's your plan, or Canada, coming down to Argentina and looking for a place and relying that things are going to improve in better and more convenient ways. I don't know where the country direction is going. It's a big decision. If you're planning on doing it, do your research. Don't just take my opinion with it, because I have a very different experience than most of everybody watching here. So pay attention, do the right decision, see if it's convenient for you, have your reasonings also. And yeah, overall, like if you are planning on coming to Argentina, it is a beautiful country to get to know, to see and everything. Like aside from the economy and aside from everything that's going on with that side there, it's a beautiful country. The food's amazing. The people are awesome. I found it to be an amazing place to spend a few months here to really get to know the culture more. But yeah, that's my opinion there. All right, that is about it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to drop me a like. If you enjoy travel related content, Argentina content, and things like this in general, please consider subscribing. Below, I have my PayPal where it will help support the channel directly. It helps me with doing more things here in Argentina, showing more. There's a bunch of different restaurants that I would like to film and show and demonstrate there, but I'm pretty tight right now with the budget. So if you guys are looking to support the channel directly, I would really appreciate it. I am a growing channel. I still am constantly growing every day, and I appreciate all the new people here that are watching. And currently I'm trying to make YouTube my full-time income. I'm trying to get the views up and get everything going. Anything would help. If you guys are looking to support the channel directly, again, below in the description is going to be my PayPal. That is about it for today's video. I'll see you guys in a few days with a new one. Peace.